So let's keep it moving forward. This is part two of your video. Are you dreaming big enough? Like, you're a pioneer, but are you dreaming big enough? I will try to link the part one below this video in the description, since part one of this two part of your video cut off. So I don't want somebody to say, oh, the video cut off. It's in part one. I didn't get enough time. I ran out of space, so I didn't get enough time to, announce that the video was cutting off. So hopefully you see this, or somebody looks in the description and sees, oh, there's a part two to this. So, my apologies in advance for you. Since when I get into readings, I don't get a chance to look at the clock to see how much time we have left before I, keep going. So, source is saying to you, again, somebody's not dreaming big enough with all the creativity you have, and the Knight of Cups came out in reverse. Nobody's really coming to save you. I mean, in terms of that, like, you poured out so much into something. Somebody's going to have to take whatever measures you need to. Meaning, and here's how, this is just a tip for somebody. You can start listening to water sounds on a regular basis, like listening to rain sounds in the background before you sleep at night. You can listen to ocean sounds in the background if you live near water or a waterfall or something. Spending an enormous amount of time, like, when you take your showers and your bath, through the visualization process of cleansing, all of which you pour the spiritual dehydration into things. Because it's go time now. Here we have the Four of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords. And we have 2 and 3 is 5. 5 and 4 is 9, obviously. Source is saying, get away from the nightmare of overthinking. Get locked in and laser focused. It'll make you, literally drive you crazy being around people who don't believe in themselves, people who don't believe in you. You keep having to pour into them, and it's just, and they pour in toxicity back into you, or this sense of entitlement, or lack of appreciation. Like, come on, Source is saying, pour into you. And once you, like I say, once source inspires you to pour into energies, you pour into energies. And again, the sooner that somebody stops over nurturing, like, I gotta overdo it, I gotta over nurture, keep pouring. That's the lesson that somebody's gonna learn, is that somebody is learning that the more you pour into energies, and it becomes almost a sense of entitlement. You know what I mean? Sagittarius, it's almost like, you paying a loved one's bills, and the whole concept or thought of them getting a job is just like, it becomes foreign. Because, okay, why won't you keep paying my bills if you've been paying it all this time? You have the money, you have the resources to do it, and you're trying to inspire people like, hey, if I can do it, so can you. But they still sitting. And then when you gotten them to that point of just like carrying them, you're carrying people. And then when it's time for them to go get a job themselves, guess what? Then you get the backlash of toxicity. The sense of entitlement, now that they've bonded with you emotionally, now they're trying to manipulate your emotions, but nobody's hiring me, and nobody will do this, and I really need you to continue carrying me into such and such, until it becomes a toxic, codependency situation. So here we have, I add value to the world. And yes, you do. You absolutely add value to the world. So when you feel like you've been carrying somebody beyond term, beyond the time that Source said you're carrying something beyond term, and to a point it becomes toxic and codependency, it's time to say, you know what? Some people get mad when you tell them to get a job. Some people get mad when you tell them, okay, I can't, collaborate with you. Some people get angry when you say, hey, I'm going to have to end this friendship. Some people get angry when they, like I said, it's when you have to cut ties. And what happens? All kinds of stuff happens. But Source is saying, hey, now it's time for you to pour into you. True offering. So true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. That's right, true offering. So you're releasing that. You're releasing that darkness. Like you're saying, I'm getting that out of my spirit. I'm just getting all of it out. I'm listening to more water sounds in the background. I'm listening to, anything that's going to wash away internally any toxins, from your spirit, and give you an opportunity to replenish that water and rehydrate your own spirit. Yeah. So you're not waiting for somebody to come save you. You're doing it yourself. Here we have 11:11. I am awakening. That's it. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. That's it, 1111. And so you may have been seeing that number in many different forms. You see the number 11 and 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 7 and 4. 6 and 5, 5 and 6, all the way up to 9 and 2, or whatever string of numbers. The point of 11 is to get off the fence and get into your own light of your own creativity. That's what Source is saying. There is nobody coming to save anybody. There's only people who inspire you to create and to add into your joy, or they're either adding or taking away. But you have to know how, when it gets to a point where you feel dehydrated spiritually when you're interacting with certain energies, right? Certain energies will keep taking as long as you keep giving. And then when you stop doing it, all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world. Okay, well then I guess I'm going to have to be the worst person in their world, because it can't be the world, right? So it's worst person in their world. You're just going to have to be okay with that. Be delivered from people's opinions of you. So, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Elemental wisdom. There it is. Somebody's definitely gaining wisdom about self. 3 and 9 obviously brings you back around to what I said, the number 3, right? So we know that's 12. 1 and 2 is 3, right? So when I say right here, you see this moon 3 times. Somebody's saying, that sun sitting behind that moon 3 times. You inspire people who don't really believe in. They got to that point where they don't really believe in themselves. But you just got to stop carrying other people's burdens of not believing in themselves, right? So that's what I see for you. That's what I see for you, Sagittarius. And like I said before, we got 1111 out here, and you are awakening to that. So I will try to add, you got 1111 and 19, right? So you're definitely a pioneer, but you're awakening to that, right? And just, staying on your throne of your emotions. So as your creative team is coming together and you're learning how to pour into energies that want you to pour into them, but they're also pouring back into you appreciation and nurturing and, those kind of things. This is not anybody bowing down to anybody. This is people you saying to yourself, hey, everybody has demons of fear, doubt, uncertainty. I remember when I was there too, and I got to see it at a higher frequency, and I got to hang in there with myself, right, when I'm helping people to dream bigger. But I see somebody learning how to take things on a case-by-case basis, right? That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Again, let's close out this cycle. Let's finish strong. We're already feeling the effects of this new moon phase and just the humanitarian efforts. That's what I have for you, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.